And now, from the KGIL newsroom, it is time again for the real Ed Seal kicker of the day. James Heath failed in his bid to break the world's record for hot dog eating, but he is still a hungry fighter. Next attempt will be for the pizza eating record. Heath, he's 24 years of age and 280 pounds, had a crowd of about 250 people watching in Enfield, Connecticut, as he tried to eat 25 2-ounce hot dogs without buns in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. He only got 10 of them down, though. According to hot dog stand owner Kevin Riley, who is Heath's trainer, we've been feeding him really well during the past week. He added this hindsight observation, though. The kid sure can eat, but he can't swallow. Sweet egg.
Or good mouth, no stomach. Or you might say that James couldn't cut the mustard.
He's probably eating hurt.
I was just going to say that, Rosie. Good.
Yes,
Very
yes.
good.
Here's a thought I relish. I'd like to see relish.
I relish. Oh, I just got that.
Thank you.
We're going to have a lot to catch up to, aren't we?
Oh, my gracious. Ketchup
hot
on a hot
today.
dog? I'd like to see our friend James Heath here just eat one Dodger Stadium hot dog. That would be worth talking about, except, of course, he'd never live to talk about it again. I think that James Heath, his trainer, would be doing us all a favor if, over that hot dogger, he threw a bucket of cold water. See, hot dogger, hot dog.
May I, oh, nays, laugh at that?
A well-seasoned hot dog is a cold.
I get it. He had a long day yesterday, but I heard it.
Deeply sociological and certainly significant. Have you ever noticed, you yutzos, as I'm dying here alone, that after kissing a girl who has ordered anchovies on her pizza, you don't even care whether or not she's a warm-blooded Pisces? Now, I know that people in their cars are rollicking with laughter. I mean, I'm dealing with idiots here.
Three crashes.
I'm dealing with people who read joke books. Electric weenie, that's all right. I know.
One interview with B. Arthur, and there you go.
There you go, into the social significant. Well, let's go to Mrs. Diane Stevens, whom I know will not be as brilliant as I was this morning with mine because her old man is up there with her in the airplane. Diane?
Well, see, I've got my audience with me. Okay, Dick, at 200...
That's all he is, an audience. Oh, I like myself this morning.
Okay, I'll put that on my list for keeping even later. Okay, at 280 pounds, Heath's troubles first began when his dogs got tired. For his next attempt, he's going to...
His dogs got tired?
Right.
Very good.
For his next attempt, he's going to try pizza as soon as he has more dough. Get it? Dough, dough.
Thank God for ERA, because I can say to you without any fear of recrimination, that stunk. What are you laughing about, Nose and Bloom? I know yours is going to be awful.
I know, so do I, because I can read this stuff. There'll be other famous people who will try to eat their ways to world records, like Ted Kennedy, for instance, will try to eat whipped-ass asparagus. Whipped asparagus.
Oh, yes.
Tommy Lasorda is going to try to eat 20 pounds of shoveled bologna in the time it takes Ron Say to waddle to first base. Steve Garvey, of course, will try to eat apple pie. James Schlesinger will eat humble pie. And Albert Einstein will eat pie are square. However, pie aren't square, pie are round, cornbread are square, somebody will tell him. Linda Ronstadt will eat brownies.
Throw that at
Nixon will eat watercress. And Jimmy Carter in 1980 will just plain eat it.
Let's go back to girls with anchovies. I knew that was funny.
God.
Well, I know that this will appeal to all with prurient interests, and that's why we have Joe Butita.
I don't quite understand. You say this guy ate all those hot dogs without buns? What did he sit on?
Don't include us in this. You just die alone.
They were about to have such an eating contest down at San Juan Capistrano, but James Heath was not invited. Do you know why?
Oh, why not?
Because he can't swallow.
Honest to God, you have the unmitigated gall?
I thought I won.
Was Linda Lovelace invited?
All right, Seal.
So Heath is going for a pizza record. Well, based on his hot dog devouring, if he tries to wolf down pizzas, he is certainly going to be on shaky ground.
Oh, no, a commercial.
Seriously, though, when James Heath failed to set a record for eating hot dogs, the trainer, hot dog stand owner Kevin Riley, kicked him in the buns. Hello.
Hello. Are you still with us?
They were going to make a movie out of this. Did you know that? Yes, that's right.
Really?
They were going to make a movie out of this.
Why don't you go out and get a news story for yourself,
What about
Steele?
the movie,
And
Be a part of a traffic accident.
for his performance, James Heath was going to be given the Oscar. Fire.
Oh, no, I don't believe it.
Want more?
Have a hoppy.
That is the kicker of the day.
Kick him where it's going to hurt.
Use MasterCharge or Visa Bank Americard. Call Flowers by Tomlinson.
Hello,
361-6364.
Shut up, Tom, and hurry.
Sight unseen is beautiful when you order by telephone from Flowers by Tomlinson. 361-6364.
Beautiful.
And he brings his own kids into it. God, Thomas. Audition on your own time. 18 minutes past 8, 18 past. I'm sorry, as we interrupted the Bellamy brothers, who were about to tell us that. All right, the the unforgettable, I should say. Bellamy brothers, and 21 minutes past 8 o'clock, 21 past 8, and a good morning to all of you here. If you're planning to come in today, and we have many of you who do this because, well, it's a unique experience using the KGIL restroom, forget it, simply because our sink is stopped up. Last night, it seems that some of the boat people came in and used the stopper, and now they're floating around in it. So as a consequence, it will be used until we get a plumber in here around 12 noon. So the KGIL restroom will not be open until 12 noon in the event you want to come in and wash your hands. About 21 and a half minutes past 8 is what it is, 21 and a half past 8. With his sweetness here, along with everybody she's just heard, getting started for another week. This Monday, July the 23rd, and the humidity is going to get you today more than heat or smog or anything else. It's just going to be that kind of a day. Now, the other thing, we're trying to get a hold of a Dr. Frederick Wright, who maintains that disco dancing is bad for your fingers. And we'll get into this a little bit if you've just joined us here. It's a whole new plague that you should be apprised of if you're into disco dancing. So we're trying to contact him in Baltimore right now. In the meantime, I would like to remind you again that at Les Bell, they're always swell. They feel they're swell because they sell Sony. And they feel that selling Sony, they're selling the very best of the line. Now, of course, they sell other television sets, too. But the Sony, I think most people seem to agree, is perhaps the finest television set made. You have less trouble with the set, the clarity of the picture. Well, just overall, it is a better set. And I don't think anybody's going to argue too much about that. When you come to videotape recorders, and you're talking about the Betamax, and of course that's the prototype for all of the videotape recorders. And they sell those too. Anything and everything by Sony, that's what you're dealing with at Les Bell Electronics. But you're also dealing with an organization, not just the store that sells you television sets, but a place that repairs any and all. Do it on premise, give you a warranty on their repair work. In fact, they're offering right now a double labor warranty on any new purchase. You just mentioned you heard about this from me or KGIL, however you want to do that. If you're embarrassed to say Sweet Dick, well, okay, just say KGIL. And you receive 6 months full labor warranty instead of the 3 months warranty you get anywhere else. And it's just one facet of the Les Bell organization. Les Bell Electronics. Anything and everything to do with electronics, specifically Sony, television, or anything else, come to think of it. Les Bell Electronics, they're on Ventura Boulevard, a couple of blocks west of the Ventura Freeway, off-ramp at Shoup. So West Valley, get off at Shoup, just go right down onto Ventura, a couple of blocks there, and on the south side of the street, Les Bell Electronics. 9 to 6 weekdays, 9 to 5 on Saturdays. That's when you'll find them open. Now, 24 minutes past 8, 24 past 8, from KGIL AM at FM. And let's get to Mrs. Fred Stevens and some traffic for DeCut Hair Design.
Other than that, the freeway system's moving very well. We have no reported accidents for your valet driving use. And this is Cyan Stevens, KGIL Valley Skywatch.
Thank you, sweetie. It's a nice thing. I've had the cut with me now, I guess, about a year and a half at the cut salons. And when you're talking about hair salons, it's a very edgy thing, simply because we're all weird, all strange, and why not, about our hair, and particularly people who do our hair, who mess around with our hair and try to make us look as good as we possibly can, and maybe a little bit better. In all that time, I've only had one letter of complaint. I get these. And this woman who had written the letter was a very courteous, nice letter, and you can't certainly turn your back on things like that. She did not particularly care for the cut she had gotten because of a misinterpretation. Because I have always suggested that when you go to any of the cut salons, there are 10 in and around the valley, that you talk to them first. It's your money. You're dealing with professionals, but unless they really can understand what you are seeking in the way of hairstyle, whether you're staying with your present or you want something new, a new look, it's very difficult for them to make that translation. So, but they don't blame you in the event that you haven't done that. This woman had a misinterpretation, but it wasn't irreparable. Hans Wolf, who owns the cut salons, and he also runs one on Devonshire in Chatsworth, was very upset. And it's nice you talk to him on the phone, because I talked to him. I said, Hans, I got a problem here, and what are we going to do about this? He said, okay, send her in, please. I'm really sorry this happened. And he was embarrassed. And what it turned out is that really she didn't want her hair that long in the back. It was a simple thing, but when you're dealing with your hair, there ain't nothing simple. And you have every right to be sensitive. Immediately was taken care of. That is the only problem I've had. I mean, if I've had any problems at all. And with some clients, of course, you do. You have some problems, and I always get them made good, because when you're dealing with valley retail particularly, you got to have some credibility, because if you don't, you're blown out of the business, and I can't afford it. I have too much alimony, child support, and all the rest of it. I can't mess around with this stuff. So, that's what I'm saying with the cut hair salons. You know when you go in, and you know when you leave, that you've gotten the best. It's as simple as that. The cut hair salons, they're in the yellow pages under hair salons, under capital D, there you got your D, capital C-U-T, there you got your cut, or in the white pages, D-cut hair salons, as I say, 10 D-cut, all in the valley and surrounding areas. D-cut hair salons. 28 minutes past 8:28 past 8 KGIL. Boy, I bet she's tired all the time, you know. You know, women look at Tom Jones. I'm sure you've seen him at least once in Vegas, and, you know, he does, it's pure sex. I mean, it's blatant and it's disgusting. There's that man standing up on stage there, writhing and, you know, exposing himself without exposing himself, you know what I mean? And women are going crazy, you know, going crazy, and they're all throwing their hotel room keys at him and things like that. I'll bet you, at least I hope so, I'll bet you that when he finishes a performance, he collapses. Probably goes into an intensive care unit. I hope so. I mean, I really do. I don't mean to blow it for you there, but I really hope so. It's 29 minutes until 9 o'clock. Am I fascinating this morning with my little anecdotes regarding some of your favorite recording artists? I certainly hope so, too. Yes, indeed. 29 until 9 o'clock. His sweetness. We're going to have a Dr. Morris Minor, who has gotten in early this morning. A new book that perhaps you've heard a great deal about. It's a very controversial book. Whether or not he'll take phone calls or not, I don't know. His book is titled, and you've seen it listed in bestseller lists all across the country. It's entitled, I Get My Security with My Ethnic Purity. He is a quadroon. Therefore, this gentleman will be with us here in a few moments and will attempt to, I suppose, justify his book and give us reasons why he feels that he's better than all of us combined. So he will be with us here in just a few moments. So about now, 28 minutes until 9 o'clock, 28 until 9, Sweet Dick.
Here's a great vacation photo idea from Kodak and Long's Drugs. Buy some Kodak slide and movie mailers at Long's Photo Bank. Maybe you've used film mailers before. They're convenient prepaid envelopes for film processing. But here's Long's vacation idea. Take a couple of extra Kodak PK20 slide mailers or PK59 movie mailers on vacation with you. Send your exposed film to Kodak in the mailer, and your slides or movies will be waiting for you when you return home. There's no need to wait for processing until vacation's over, and you'll get the finest quality Kodak processing. It's so simple. Send your film to Kodak, and they send your movies and slides back. You can enjoy your vacation photos as soon as you get home. Look for Kodak mailers this week at Long's Photo Bank. That's where you save money on films, cameras, and processing.
Okay, I suppose like the rest of you, I have a certain affinity meeting the stars. You know what I mean? And yesterday I had the opportunity, before I even get started on this, I was out at the Burbank Studios Ranch as a part of the Actors and Others for Animals, and we were broadcasting for 4 hours yesterday, and I had a good time. I don't know how it came out sounding, but I sure hope it came out good. But I had the opportunity of meeting some people that, quite frankly, I admire, and you always wonder whether people are really as nice as they seem, and will your illusions about them be shattered? And I must say, I met two people in particular. We had an awful lot of guests, and I think everybody in the world showed up yesterday. And incidentally, while I'm on that, I want to thank so many of you who dropped by the KGIL camper where I was broadcasting yesterday out at the Burbank Studios Ranch for stopping by and saying hello. That's very important to anybody. It's not an ego thing at all. Well, I suppose it is an ego thing. But more importantly to me, it gives me an idea of just to whom I might be playing to in an average morning, and what interests you, what doesn't interest you, and it gives me a pretty good hook on what will work and what won't work, which is why I like to do as many outside things as I possibly can. So it was very, very nice of you, and I appreciate it very much. And of course, all of the people associated with Actors and Others for Animals appreciate it very much too. And by the way, if you ever need a puppy or a kitty, anything like that, let me suggest these are the people to call. They're in the book. Just call them, and they can get you anything you want gladly. And that's what all the money yesterday went for. They house all of the animals. They do not do those charitable things to them that certain people do, as we all know. They keep them and then attempt to find homes for them. They're responsible for Loretta. They're also responsible, they don't know this yet, for buying me a new kitchen floor, simply because, as you know, Loretta Dukey is still on my kitchen floor. But at any rate, I met two people that I have met before, but that's showbiz meet, and that's really not a meeting. But I met Gavin McLeod, who, as you know, is the captain of the Love Boat. What a nice man he is. He is a lovely man. He really is. That smile is genuine. And you like him having a success. He was Murray, as you know, and Mary Tyler Moore. And then a man that I truly do admire tremendously because he is so good at what he does. But I always thought, in my own mind, I would like him as a person. And I think you would like him as a person, too, if you had the opportunity of sitting down and talking to him, as I did yesterday. And I'm going to do more. We're going to do an hour with Ed Asner in the very near future, because I think this man is certainly justified, in my mind, to talk about anything he wants to talk about, because he's a fascinating man. He's a brilliant actor, as we know. He's one of the finest ever produced by television, I think, in my own mind. I think that most of you will agree, because he can do so much and do it well. Not only comedy, as we know, but also drama. Roots, Rich Man, Poor Man. Think of those in addition to Lou Grant. We have some, a little bit later on, I'm just billboarding a little bit here, some Gavin McLeod from yesterday, for those of you who perhaps were not with us on a Sunday, and some Ed Asner. Just want you to hear these two people, and you can understand their success with the Mary Tyler Moore, and conversely, the success of the Mary Tyler Moore outside of Mary Tyler Moore herself, because these are genuine people. That sounds corny, and it also sounds like I'm a hero worshiper or a fan follower of the stars. Yeah, I don't mind admitting that. In those two cases, yes, I am a fan of both of those gentlemen. I really am, and I think you will be after you listen to some shortened excerpts we have after 9 o'clock this morning. All right, 23 minutes until 9 o'clock, 23 until 9 is what it is. Again, the humidity is going to get to you. If you're going to the beach, I just want to hit you with this again. Because of Hurricane Dolores, surf 4 to 6, waves 6 to 7 at many beaches: Zuma, Carrillo, Will Rogers State, Malibu, Santa Monica, Venice, Playa del Rey, Redondo Hermosa, Huntington, Seal, Newport, all of those beaches. Waves that are dangerous by themselves, but the rips that accompany them make going into the surf today dangerous for anybody. For anybody. So that's not from me. That's from the National Weather Service. I thought you should have that there in the event you didn't know about it. Now, let's get to Mrs. Fred Stevens again in the airplane with her old man who's finally come home on his own honeymoon. They've been married 7 months. He went on a honeymoon by himself, and he's up there with her in the airplane at 22 minutes until 9. What you have, babe? You want to come in here? Oh, I thought you wanted something. Zeal just came into the studio looking... Is it dour? D-O-U-R?
Dour or doer.
Dour?
Yes.
Because when you look that way, then you always have a heavyweight bulletin. Nothing, eh? All right. Sorry, I wanted to get you a job at KIEV. I understand that they were looking for somebody to do their news over there. Okay, excuse me. Okay, to Mrs. Fred Stevens. I'm a little punched out today from working 6 days last week. It's just punched me out. For Peppermint's Home Furnishings, here's Mrs. Fred.
Oh, Dick, I wanted to continue on a little bit with your forecast. This is Diane Stevens, CGIL Valley Skywatch.
Thank you, sweetie. I understand I was talking to the Peppermint family, and I understand that you have been calling them. I haven't stressed the phone number too much, and I don't know why I haven't been doing it, regarding their home designing service, and I suppose that it puts me on the line, and that's okay, because I trust the Peppermints, in addition to being a fine furniture store in the city of San Fernando with certainly very compatible prices, and they have to be, let's face it. I've told you about name brand and only the top of the name brands in home furnishings, including accessories and only the finest. Swedish Orifors crystal, for example, Jadro porcelain, things like that. The very finest in grandfather clocks. Beautiful, beautiful furnishings. But the home designing service, you're getting evidently interested in that. I'm glad because of something that I stated, but I'm only stating what was stated to me by the Peppermints. That you are dealing here with professionals. Both, well, the entire family. All have degrees in home designing. But one thing, if you've ever used a decorator, I'm not putting down decorators at all, because decorators can go a little crazy like the rest of us. They fall in love with what they're doing. And sometimes it's hard for a decorator to remain within a budget limitation that you set. In fact, I once worked with a decorator, and this is true, and I got talking to her, and she was good. I mean, she was excellent. There's just no doubt about it. So I'm really not doing numbers on her. But I asked her one time, she wanted to buy a hunk of furniture, and it was about $300-400 more than I wanted to pay. And yet the room had nothing in it, unless, according to her, unless it had this hunk of furniture in it. And so I finally, in desperation, I said, tell me, and I won't give you her name or anything like that, tell me, you know, your home. I've never been in your home, but I imagine it's a showpiece, isn't it? She says, you kidding? My old man, last week, I was kvetching, bitching, moaning. I said, can I buy at least one table, an end table, for the sofa to put a lamp on? He gives me $200. $200 I can't even spit out the front door. So even for decorators, it's tough to remain in a budget. So here's the point. You've been calling because I've been saying, Peppermint's Home Furnishings, that they will remain in your budget. If they don't, call me. Because Marshall assured me, he said, if they tell me how much, that's how much I will work with, not a penny over. Now that puts him on the line, which I love. I love placing people in embarrassing circumstances. I feel my life is a total ruin and embarrassment. Why shouldn't others share my life? They will do this, though. If not, you'll let me know. I know that. 365-6333. 365-6333. They can work with apartments. They work with homes, one room or an entire house. Peppermint's Home Furnishings in the city of San Fernando. Today, forget the address. We'll just go to the phone number, 365-6333. 16 minutes, 16 until 9 o'clock. Now, we have a guest in our studio, a man who is with us reluctantly. Quite frankly, it was very difficult to get him, and yet at the same time, you would think because of his book, he'd want to promote sales of the book, and as you know, most authors promote through television and radio. This man is an acknowledged bigot. He has a book entitled, and it is a bestseller, why I do not know. It is a bestseller entitled, I Get My Security from My Ethnic Purity. His name is Dr. Morris Minor. I understand, sir, you are not a real doctor. Is that true?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hurry this up? I mean, I don't like being here. Damn it, I had to get up early on.
Well,
Get the hell out of here.
I'm
mess
sorry.
around this. dumb radio. Get out of it. Come on.
Well, I'm sorry, Dr. Miner. It was just a question that we wanted to
Hurry it
ask
up.
you.
What do you want to know?
Sorry. Well, you, sir, you are not ethnically pure yourself. You are an admitted quadroon.
So what?
Well, I'm just pointing out to the audience, sir, that you are within your blood. You have black, brown, white, and yellow.
That's right.
And where do you come off saying that you get your security through your ethnic purity? You have no ethnic purity.
Yes, I do. You damn right I do.
What do you mean you have?
Well, I mean, I'm pure black, white, yellow, and brown.
Yes.
So, what, you want to make something out of it? What?
No, I don't want to make anything out of it, sir. I'm merely saying to you that if you have 4 distinct blood strains within you,
right.
Obviously they're all mixing together in your bloodstream, you have no ethnic purity.
Each one is distinctly pure within my body.
I don't quite understand
They
that.
course through different parts of the body, dummy.
Oh, well, could you give us physiologically an explanation
I
for
mean,
that,
I got
sir?
white up top, yellow in the middle, brown, and then black, heading on down. Yeah.
You think white,
Yeah.
but your heart beats yellow.
Black.
Your from your waist down through, you pointed to your knees,
Right
so that
to-
area
right to the
there,
knees.
that's black.
Yeah.
And then from your knees down to the bottom of your feet, that is brown.
That's right.
I see. Well, now, may I ask you this?
No, that's pure. That's pure.
Well,
Each
yes.
distinct portion of my body is
Yeah,
pure.
Well, all right, but only a quarter of your body is pure.
Yeah.
Overall, your body is a mixture of all 4 blood strains.
That's
black,
right.
brown, yellow, and white.
I hate it. I hate them
Well,
all.
If you don't mind my saying this, and you are self-admitted, you are a bigot.
That's right. You damn right. Catholics, Jews, Baptists, hate them all. Men, women, kids, dogs.
How do you
name
feel-
it. They're rotten. Hate them.
How do you feel about atheists?
Atheists, don't give a damn for them either.
Well,
KKK. Hate them too.
hate the KKK?
Damn bleeding heart liberals.
Gracious. Could I ask you this? In the last election, did you vote at all?
No.
Didn't vote.
Hated them all. Hate
Well-
them candidates, rotten, two-faced.
Well,
With a dam.
You are. I was reading your book. You are an American citizen.
Yeah.
Are you proud to be an American?
Hell no. Hate it.
You hate being an American?
Yeah.
If you had a choice, what would you be?
Nothing. Be what I am.
Which is a bigot.
That's right.
White, black, brown, and
Yellow.
is
Yeah.
a bigot. Are you married, sir?
No. Hate women.
You hate women, too?
Yeah.
Well, sir, if you don't mind my saying so, quite frankly, I see no social redeeming values in either you or certainly your stupid book. I get my security through ethnic purity. What was the purpose of writing the dumb book?
You can always burn the damn thing.
Ah, for book burners.
Yeah.
I see. Now, the reason you came in this morning is you're having a tent show. Is that I understand for Devonshire Downs next week sometime, next Wednesday, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And are you inviting the general public? or-
Hell no. Do me a favor, don't come.
You-
I hate to see anybody come to the dumb thing.
Yeah. Well, sir, I really don't understand your point of view. Do you have a point of view?
Yeah, hate.
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 Hate makes the world go around.
Hate makes the world go
Damn
around.
right. Boy,
Well-
I hate this dumb place. Get me out of here.
Well, I have to say to you, sir, I don't like you much either. I notice you mentioned here your PR person, who doesn't like you either, I might add, mentioned that you will not take phone calls.
That's right.
Now, it seems to me that you should be open to the other side of the ledger.
What other side?
Well,
There's no other side.
Well, for
They're all
example,
stupid out there.
if a black person were to call in here and want to argue with a quarter of you, which is black, it seems to me that you being an American citizen, he has the right to at least justify.
He's got no rights. No rights at all. 3/4 of me would gang up on him. The yellow, brown, and white would beat up on him.
I see. And the same would go for the brown, the yellow, and the white.
That's right.
Are you a God-fearing person?
No.
Believe in nothing?
No.
Well, Dr. Morris Minor, I'm terribly sorry here that we wasted the audience's time, because you've certainly wasted my time and valuable listening time here. What do you hope to accomplish with your book, I Get My Security Through Ethnic Purity?
I'm just pushing for my next book, that's all.
Which is?
Hate, hate, hate before it's too late.
Thank you very much, Dr. Morris Minor.
At the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, that's something I'd like to see, too. 10 minutes, and we have a guest. I want to mention this, if I may, also, this morning. I have a sore throat, and I'm talking too damn much. And don't call and tell me, oh, boy, that's something you're talking about. That's truth the first time it's ever come out of your mouth. Let me do what I want to do. Billie Holiday, well, I won't tell you the story of Billie Holiday. I don't have that much time. But we have a gentleman here in the valley. We got talking about this one morning, and I won't go through the whole reason why. But there's a gentleman here, I should say, not a man, but a gentleman here by the name of Mr. Frank Redlick, who evidently knew Billie Holiday quite well, has 15 hours of tape of Billie Holiday, not only her music, but talks with her as a fascinating man, talking about one of the most remarkable women in music or out of music, or show business, out of show business, of the 20th century. She really was that, Billie Holiday. We'll have that for you in a couple of weeks. Now, let me get to Mrs. Fred here. Some traffic for Terry York Toyota.
Dick, we did a quick level, and this is Diane Stevens, KGIL Valley Skywatch.
Thank you, sweetie. Before I get through this, a woman came up to me yesterday. I was out at the Burbank Studios ranch, as I mentioned, and a lot of people there. This woman comes up to me, she looks at me, really strange. Now I know how animals in the zoo feel. She walks around me, and I swear this. Was going to take a picture and then decides against it. I think was going to come up and ask if I would write my name. Decided against it. Finally comes up to me in this irritating manner and says, "You're not 6'4". You don't have a head of hair that reminds me of the Bavarian Black Forest at the height of the spring rain season after a particularly heavy downpour." I know that, lady. I've always known that. But damn it, you didn't have to tell me that. You didn't have to verbalize it. Let me live my little dreams, my little illusions. It's all I have. You blew my whole damn day. I'm manic. I'm going to commit myself to Camarillo, damn it. All because of you and your mouth. I hope your camera breaks. 6 minutes until 9 now. Sorry again. I like to throw out personal messages to rotten, miserable human beings once in a while who hurts me. Terry York Toyota and Toyota. Toyota, that car needs no help. The world's best-selling car. Terry York Toyota, well, if he needs some help, the only help he needs, I think, is the fact that Terry York now has a Toyota dealership. He has every other dealership going in the San Fernando Valley on Ventura Boulevard, now a Toyota dealership. The same kind of service, the same kind of attention to detail. And the feeling that when you buy a Toyota through Terry York Toyota, that they ain't going to forget you. Because ain't that the truth? Oh, you buy a car and, man, suddenly, what was your name? You bought what? Where? Oh, come on, man, don't put me on with that. A lot of that, you know about that. You can trust Terry York Toyota. When you buy your Toyota, if anything, or nothing really goes wrong, you just bring it in for the regular service, that car is going to be treated well, as you're going to be treated well. That's the success of Terry York. That's the success that filters down through all of the employees of Terry York Toyota. Treat them nice, because we want them to come back. It's as simple as that. Terry York Toyota, Ventura Boulevard, a block east of Balboa in Encino. Terry York Toyota. Hey, let's pick out North Hollywood. KGIL picks North Hollywood. You know that. 4 minutes until 9. Pick out there.